Okie dokie. So I've got my presenter thing on. I've got this vape that I found. So I'm all ready to talk about Western Australian state politics, I guess. Let's draw. Let's just imagine that Western Australia is like a big... Which side would it be on? God, this is difficult. This might all be backwards. Let's just imagine that Western Australia is like a big, like half moon shape, right? And Perth's down here somewhere. And all the holes that they dig are like, I don't know, up here. And the Premier that locked everyone in their houses for years, he's from out of town. And I just found a photo of him on the website. If you look up Pay Dirt, literally Pay Dirt magazine, he's on the homepage of that. So it looks like he flew here, killed a bunch of you all, set up like a mining camp that flies like vapes and drugs in, and then people just kind of come back and forth, and then all this money goes somewhere else, and they've got a couple of buildings in this bit, and that's the story of what they call Western Australia. My solution, as always, is to draw a circle around that bit and tell them that they've got to stay in there. They don't control that bit. And then all the West Australians can decide what to do with the rest of it. And this will be like a lease, a mining lease to the federal government. And then Western Australia belongs to West Australians again. Then we can run this little economic zone here known as Perth and the urban sprawl that houses all these miners. And then the rest of Western Australia we can manage appropriately like an actual state, not like a mining camp. I don't have anything wrong with mining. As I said, I just want it to go, then they can pay like a toll for coming into our airport and our, however we end up actually doing it. But this makes more sense than letting these eastern state and these pharmaceutical sons and daughters run the state, because they're gonna run it like shit, because they don't fucking care or know anything about running a state. They only know how to get paid it. We fucking hit paid it. But that's just a suggestion. As I said, I don't live here anymore. I live in Tasmania. I'm on my way there. So as you can see, like the election, I guess they just voted like the Prince of Mining in Perth, and then he can be Roger Cook can endeavour to continue that operation, which is a federal extraction operation, and then the state can be given back to the West Australian people, which would start on like a list of like, how West Australian are you? Like, are both your parents West Australian? Then you're the most West Australian. Are you Aboriginal or whatever? Then you're super West Australian. Because otherwise, they're going to pull this nonsense where they blame the people that came here whilst doing far worse. Like in the jail that I went to for sharing a photograph of my family, there was a lot of Aboriginal people in there that were getting treated probably worse than, tracking collars didn't exist 200 years ago. You could just wander off in the bush. Now they put tracking collars on you, which is basically going to send you insane if you have the mindset of a traditional owner. If you put a tracking collar, I mean, it's going to send anyone insane, but if you put it on, especially a nomadic, wandering, traditional owner, you may as well shoot them in the fucking back of the head. That would be more humane than kind of, I don't even know. So we need to these mining zones to just be that. That's a federal issue, so that they can't hide all this stuff over here in the Wild West anymore, because then we can speak to the whole country and say, hey, Western Australia isn't a dumping ground, it's not some type of Wild West fucking yeehaw casino town. Yeah. That would be my suggestion for the state. And then the other problem is we get all these English people who kind of treat the place like they own it. They don't fucking own it. They didn't do shit to own it. And they're just contributing to this narrative of like that. And I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. They act as if anyone that's been here longer than 200 years was just smashing Aboriginal babies' heads on rocks for fun. Wasn't at all it. As if you've noticed, there's a lot of infrastructure, a lot of surveying, a lot of planning, a lot of government structures and policy and everything. So if you've just arrived, especially if you're a disgruntled ex-English person that's maybe a little bit bitter because you didn't speak up in your own homeland, don't fucking come here and think that you own the place, because that logic doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense in anyone's fucking whiteboard, let alone mine. Now, as I said, I'm going to be down in the little place down here that if I have my way is going to disappear like this, and you'll never fucking know it even existed. But this big fucking place over here needs a lot of sorting out. We need to start by drawing some new lines. The current opposition minister, like Shane Love, his place that he controls is like, it's fucking huge. It's like that. And he can't do shit because these dickheads that have just arrived here and are only concerned about casino, taxing cigarettes, taxing alcohol, like the big mining FIFO fucking party that's just fucking constantly going on over everyone's back fence or over everyone's side fence that we don't fucking get anything from. They're only concerned about that. So all our infrastructure is all retarded. Yes, I'm going to use that word because it's fucking retarded. It's built the same as the fucking mining camps with the same logic and the same fucking spirit, which is shit. Go and look at the places, go and look at Newman and look at what the mining companies have done there. You really think they're doing any different in Western Australia? They're not. So they need to wear something that is external. You're no longer West Australian government because you're not operating like a West Australian government. A real West Australian government never would have let this urban sprawl that is 1,000 times more unsustainable than anything that's ever been built in the world, in the history of human beings, onto this landscape that has very fucking fragile water, very fragile ecosystem. It's not designed for it. Just because we have beautiful, never-ending white beaches doesn't mean it's fit for housing a bunch of bloated, cashed-up fucking offshoresmen that come here to fuck and do drugs and drink till their heart's content. So yeah, that looks a bit like a bow and arrow, isn't it? The Aboriginals didn't have bow and arrows, but my fucking people did. And so I'd draw that as a bow and arrow. There we go, string it right back, fucking mark me down, fling him back over fucking east where he belongs. Have him fucking strolling around fucking Bondi eating his kebab. Yeah? And we can fucking put a big sign on him that says Guess what he did over in Western Australia? He had a year's worth of notice, a year's worth of daily comments and emails and messages telling him, hey, this vaccine's no good. And he played ball exactly as everyone else did. But he had a year. He had a whole fucking year. Talk about pay dirt, eh? Well, you got the dirt bit right, because you're a dirty grub, aren't you, Mark? Yes, you are. You're a dirty, filthy grub, cunt. And it's probably best that you get out of the fucking West for good, mate. And phone in your little fucking business deals with BHP from now on, I think, because I've got a feeling that someone's going to off you, mate. Probably from a fucking bridge or from a tree, if we can find one. There's not many trees left. But I reckon there'll be just one where they can climb up and just... I can off you like a fucking feral cat, you mongrel cunt. Right on cue. Hello. Come here. Oh. Now, there's a fucking myth in Western Australia about a big, big, big black panther. I've seen it. It's fucking real. I've fucking felt the hair on the back of my back stand on end, and then just like that. And I reckon it fucking smells McGowan bread. It's just like normal bread, except it's shit. McGowan bread, and maybe some cooked bread as well. Fucking, I'm getting just bombarded with fucking signals from the other side, like that John Edwards character. But yeah, this wasn't designed as a mining operation. It's laid out as a state. And you haven't conquered it, you haven't taken it like we did. You've shat all over it. You've used it for your own benefit. And you've let the people down. Yeah? Now, in the place where my ancestors come from, we have things called lords. This is what all these large property holders would be described as, and what I consider them as. While I walk around and have a look around, they're lords. So we're going to install a House of Lords here in Western Australia to counteract these miners. And I think the miners are going to want to play ball. It's not going to change for them. They're just changing who the bill goes to. It's already doing it. It's just weirdly sloshing through this state government, which is bullshit. You're going to simplify your process. You're going to go straight to federal. That way we can police all the shit, and that way the state can get back to doing what they do. But the people that are currently in the state, they're not running the state properly. How do I know? Because I've sent both premiers, the last two premiers, over 200 fucking messages. Some of them pretty dire. Some of them pretty fucking alarming signals that maybe we're sliding down a fucking hill into a fucking pile of fucking flame-throwing fucking Mad Max fucking dystopian hell. And all of it has been ignored like this. This is what I want to see, the Labor Party's new logo. It's just this. If you watch this little fucking beer thing that they had when him and McGowan and Cook sit there and have a beer, they make a joke about it. Well, that's just the job. That's not the job. It's not the job. Yeah? Maybe this shit flies in fucking Argentina or fucking Brazil or, I don't know, some other shithole that wasn't set up by the fucking British Empire. But it's not going to fly here because it leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth for the last 400 years. All the way back to England. Hideous, foul-tasting fucking shit. Where you're throwing the people who laid the foundations here under the bus whilst doing far worse and neglecting to pay them their share. the ultimate in mutiny. So if I had my way, which luckily I don't, it seems, I would have you both on fucking gallows in the middle of the city. And I would make an example of you both because you are fucked. But we'll do it this way. We'll put a call out for a simple solution because you're not running the state as a state. If you were, you would be pumping out intelligent, capable, innovative citizens ready to face the challenges that we have all around us in all dimensions head on, rather than an indoctrinated, entitled, confused cohort of people that don't even understand the basics of the structures that they live underneath. You have failed every single West Australian. And you may celebrate and think, well, they just voted us back in. But that's all about to change because we're going to establish a House of Lords. It's very well overdue. This means that historical families finally get to have their say against the fuckwits that have treated this fucking place like their fucking own little Thailand holiday. Whatever goes on in those fucking places is starting to creep its way into this place that I was born in. And although I'm leaving to go and make sure that that little island stays safe and stays defended and gets itself ready for a fucking challenging time ahead, I'm not leaving here in a shit mess. I'm going to fucking make as much fucking racket, as much noise as I possibly can, till every fucking drugged up, methed up booze hound in this fucking state gets the message that their voice is actually fucking important. That it's not going to change their fucking quid that they're bringing home at the end of the day. If we take the middleman of the state government out, flick him off to the left, establish an appropriate, proper state government that's concerned about the actual state, that tells the miners, hey, yeah, this is fucking bullshit now. You're taking the piss. You've treated our fucking city and our fucking regions as a fucking dumping ground for your crap. Not just the fucking chemicals, not just the fucking other shit, but the fucking people and the infrastructure that you've built. You just spewed a fucking American fucking vomit, like that American Graffiti fucking movie, all over the fucking place with not enough water, not enough fucking anything for these people to continue on as you've promised them. So if you'd like to continue fucking digging holes in this state, you should start preparing for a giant slap in the fucking face. Not by me, but by the collective force of the historical families of this region that haven't dug one fucking hole in their life. Yet Labor's trying to fucking prevent them from digging fucking holes on their own fucking property. We don't care that you got in. We don't care that you were re-elected. We'll burn your fucking buildings down. We'll burn your fucking mines down. We'll fucking explode all your fucking infrastructure and we'll leave you stranded here fucking swinging for the fences, Twiggy. Open your fucking eyes, mate. You're not fucking a bully up in fucking Onzo anymore. You've got the attention of the world and you can't help but make it even louder by fucking pushing your tugboat down the fucking Thames. This place wasn't built or conquered or fucking established by cowboys. Yeah. So take your fucking dry as a bone, take your fucking boots, take your fucking yeehaw attitude and shove it right up your fucking ass, mate. Because that boat you just wandered in, that's in my fucking turf and I'm fucking here in your supposed fucking turf, telling you what for in front of the world. Wearing fucking lipstick, you cunt. It looks good, doesn't it? It does look good. So yeah, I guess Labor won some type of election, but we're going to wheel the big fucking wheelbarrow in as collective non-miners, and we're going to sit it right next to that fucking Labor seat, and every single fucking thing that you try and do from now on as either those mining companies or as the Labor Party in Western Australia, you're going to play fucking one-on-one fucking with the lords and ladies of Western Australia. Because I fucking said so, cunts. Because I'm not leaving here without leaving them all a gift so they can remember me. Because God knows that's all I've ever really wanted. Yeah. And it'll teach you, like that other bloke that started with H. You should have just bought his fucking paintings. Some of my paintings are way better than this fucking monstrosity. If you had have bought them, it might not have fucking all gone to my head, and I might not have thought of, hey, what about we just fuck the whole fucking game up for them all? Screw you guys, I'm going home.